toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on another team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. Bringing it out. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And it just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And you had all day to stew on and get excited and dream about getting sacks, and it took no longer than the first play to get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This defense has been doing it all year long.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Keeping it on the ground, trying to create a little space, and he was stopped in his tracks at the 3. The Wolfpack line up, facing third and approximately half a mile. He'll keep it himself. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You wonder about that play call on third and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play now deep in the opponent's territory. The defense has just been dominant on this drive.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day, and I think...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Trying to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got a man. It's Jackson. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle it?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether. From the gun, wants to pass.
Working that left side now. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab outside. It's Jackson. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. He wants to change this route. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it and still on his feet. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first in the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Stanford comes up with a first and goal. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. A penalty on the play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Snagged out of the air. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Might be changing the route. On third and goal, they'll throw it. He's going for the goal line. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Cardinal. The extra point here would tie the game.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Crosses the 30 to the 31, and a 6-yard pickup.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Takes it on the return. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. He might want another play. He'll set up to throw. Going for it all. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. Here's a heat. Got his man. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. They'll go back to work trying to get something going after a couple of punts the first 2 times they've had it. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
What a nice job getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack, making sure he didn't have time to buy some more space, and he almost grabbed him and pulled him into the end zone. He almost got 2 points in a safety.
I'm not sure he made it out of the end zone, and it is a safety. And they'll set up with a free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Lost the fire on 2nd down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Got a man. It's Casey. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. throw it. Makes the catch. It's Leonard. At the 20, he's got space. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. Now from inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. It's first and goal as Stanford comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Stanford! The AT unit on the field. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Gives it on the option. Finds a little space. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Finley. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to sneak it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
To the air on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. It's Leonard. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Casey. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12. He's changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll bring it out. It's Woodhead. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's...
Oh, he's got some space. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially...
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the ground. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able...
Turning it on! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Looking for a gap. It's Casey. Breaks the tackle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run it from the gun. Picks up the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Stanford wants to push the pace. Power spoke. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, Stanford! And the pummeling has started.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to UNLV. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or any...
There he goes! And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Daly. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback.
Lofts one high and deep. He's got another 25. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, it's a second catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense. And he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
We're talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight. They thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Making side adjustments here. The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Here comes the heat. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him in that last play.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about that rush off of the edge? You could tell, man, playing pass all the way. Your team has a lead. Getting later in the football game, he's just pinning his ears back, and he flies off the edge and gets the big sack.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. This offense has it with really good field position. Quarterback may change this route. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Bush.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They'll leave it with him. Finds a crease at the 20. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to
got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Pure domination all game long for this offense, whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football.
They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. They send the tight end in motion. They go to the ground. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Hand off from the shotgun. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Stanford quickly to the line. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Shoots it to the left. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it